Hey, do you guys remember that boycott hoyoverse movement that went absolutely nowhere, where they tried to get you to boycott games like Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail because the Chinese company doesn't have enough players and people of color, even though Genshin Impact has been posting record numbers? Because I remember that. In fact, that failing movement has been a source of hilarity all across the internet, and it just got funnier as one of the English voice actors for Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero may have gotten fired for advocating for said boycott. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and yes, if you hadn't heard, Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail voice actress gets replaced after appearing to signal boost Genshin Impact and hoyoverse boycott, because that's always the smart move. That's what you want to do. If you got yourself a nice, stable paycheck in an industry that people would kill to be in, such as being a voice actress in not one, but two very famous, successful video games, sure, bite the hand that feeds you. Tell the people, hey, quit paying the company that has been paying me. I'm sure that's gonna work out great.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
We're gonna go through this article. Before we do, hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. And, oh yeah, look, I don't play any of these games, mind you. I never played Genshin Impact. I thought Zenless Zone Zero actually looked cool from the trailer, but also like a fucking fever dream, and I couldn't understand a thing about it aside from, oh, pretty art style. And Honkai Star Rail, I know, is getting a lot of good press, but yeah, I don't play any of these games, but I'm very familiar with the boycott because, you know, your boy's addicted to the internet and the culture war and just try to keep his finger on the pulse of society. And this whole boycott situation has been absolutely hilarious because as they have tried to double and triple down, you know, these NPCs on X, people have only been buying the game more. They've only been spending more money. The player base has only been going up because it's a popular, good game. These are all popular, good games. At least I would imagine by the player counts. They're spending more money on the in-game stores. Like, I have not seen a boycott fail this hard since Hogwarts Legacy last year. Courtney Lynn, a voice actress for Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail, has been replaced after appearing to signal boost the Genshin Impact and hoyoverse boycott. As first reported by YouTuber Hero Hey, hoyoverse announced that Lin had been replaced as Huo in Honkai Star Rail at the end of July, and then most recently announced she'd been replaced as Lucy in Zenless Zone Zero on August 14th. And I know what you guys are thinking. Look, there's a voice actor strike going on right now. Maybe it's possible this has nothing to do with her signal boosting the boycotts. You know, maybe it's because she can't work and they have some, you know, these games update frequently, you know? They're gatcha games, so they have to keep putting out voice work. Yeah, the article addresses that, and something tells me that that's not the case. On July 31st, the hoyoverse announced as part of their version 2.4, Finest Duel Under the Pristine Blue update, that the voice actors for Argenti, Huo, and Tail had been replaced. The patch notes state, adjust the English voice artists and voiceovers for the character Argenti, Huo, and Tail. Additionally, the issue of missing English voiceover for Argenti in some previous story dialogues has been fixed. Similarly, the patch notes for Zenless Zone Zero's version 1.1 Undercover R&B update details state, change the English voice actors for agents Lucy, Salkaku, and replace the corresponding voice lines. If they replace the voice lines, that means they are going out of their way to just remove this bitch's existence from the game, her history from the game. It's not one of those like, oh, you play some earlier missions, the voice is there, and then you get the later missions after her firing, and like, oh, it's a new voice actress. Nah, they had the person that replaced her come in and just redo everything, then push an update.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
This is amazing. I love it when these woke voice actors who do nothing but virtue signal on X after being in some of the most privileged positions imaginable get their comeuppance. We've seen it happen over and over with the idiots at Funimation. We're starting to see it more and more in video games. We've got the SAG-AFTRA voice actors strike going on right now, which has its own hilarious turn of events, as it looks like they are in fact actually going to be signing a deal that will allow them to license their voice out to AI for replication, but they'll get paid for doing so after the entire strike was about them fighting against AI. So like nobody cares about them and their delicate sensibilities. They're losing on all fronts. For every single time the woke come out and they try and make some big bombastic battleground, at least the Chinese can be trusted to just smack them down and put them in their place. Lin was replaced after she appeared to signal her support for the Genshin Impact and hoyoverse boycott. She posted on July 14th, "Oof, jumping back on Twitter to say your voices matter, and I'm so proud of our community for using theirs. Retweet, email, speak up, our community is strong." And if you guys have no idea what the hoyoverse boycott is, I did a video on it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that. Watch that, you'll get caught up. It's pretty simple. The post was made 2 days after HYV boycott account was created on X and posted, "I think it's safe to say that we've all had enough of the erasure of our cultures and identities." The fuck you mean, the erasure of your cultures and identities? These motherfuckers are fake! It's a gotcha game made by the Chinese. All these cultures and identities aren't real. And the Chinese, bro, hoyoverse was so base, they said the same thing. They're like, yeah, this is all fiction. They were not gonna give an inch, bro. Again, I'm thinking about getting into these games just based on the fucking principle. Now, I'll be real. First, my money's gonna go to Black Myth Wukong because, again, Chinese game, smacking the woke, putting them in their place. Plus, it just looks like an objectively good, fun game. I want to compare it to Eliza P and see how, for a Souls-like, how it actually does. Today, I introduce you all to Boycott Hoyoverse. We will be an account sharing how you can boycott, spreading the word. Anything helps. And this dumbass voice actress actively shared and promoted a tweet that goes against the very people paying her. Why are women so fucking stupid? Furthermore, it was made 6 days before the SAG-AFTRA announced its national board had given power to the chief negotiator to declare a strike, so it's unlikely the community she was referring to was striking voice actors. Yeah, this all came about prior to the strikes, which blows holes in a lot of theories that, oh no, she was let go because she's not legally allowed to work because of the strikes. Yeah, nope, this all happened a week, give or take, before then. Interestingly, an individual who uses the name Valerie Rodriguez and is the voice actor of Genshin Impact Sucrose appeared to confirm that Lin was indeed supporting the Genshin Impact and hoyoverse boycott. On X, Rodriguez wrote, "I'm in the comments verbally beating haters. V-Nation, join me in my crusade. Courtney is an incredibly kind and caring human being." Well, clearly not, because she is trying to take the food out of people's mouths by getting rid of jobs, for a company that was so gracious to employ her. Again, I'm pretty sure, by the way, that this Courtney Lin girl is also a minority, a person of color, just like Valerie Rodriguez is. So you tell me you two privileged POCs who got these jobs, I would assume based on merit, right? You did get it on merit, right? Are upset about not enough representation when you yourselves could quite literally be representation. Anyway, join me in my crusade. Courtney's an incredibly kind and caring human being. She doesn't deserve this. To arms. I can't post about any video game stuff, but let's bond over this. Yeah, let's bond over our failed fucking activism.
Women.
When asked for context, Rodriguez explained, "Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Very few people deserve the shit that some of these losers are saying. She was part of the folks saying that she wished there was better rep in Genshin, then left Twitter for a bit, then came back and all the haters came out and shit on her. It sounds like she was pretty deserved because she was going against the individuals that write her fucking checks." In another post, Rodriguez accused anyone of mocking Lin for losing her roles as Huo and Lucy a bit. Well, then call me a racist, girly, because here's the dealio. You can call me and all the other individuals on X who are just tired of your ridiculous crusade, to use the word that you use, when we just want to play good fucking video games. Call us racist, because the word has lost all meaning. Racist used to mean something. Racist, sexist, misogynist, homophobic, all these things used to carry weight, because they were objectively negative. Then you started labeling every Tom, Dick, and Harry that just simply disagreed with you or wanted simple escapism and didn't want to take part in your dumbass culture war as these labels. And once you do that, once everyone's a racist, once everyone's a misogynist, once everyone's a goddamn homophobe, then no one is, and the words have no power. Congratulations. Now the actual racists out there are going to be able to blend into the crowd a whole lot easier because you've blurred the line so much between what is just normal, rational individuals wanting some video game escapism and actual people who hate fucking minorities. You stupid piece of shit. Rodriguez wrote, "It's more so the racist Genshin fans coming out the woodwork because she dared to agree with us, wanting better representation sort of thing." But yeah, again, coming from someone with the last name Rodriguez, so she is quite literally the fucking representation she's complaining doesn't exist. As for why Lynn was replaced, it's unclear. Margot Wirtz at Sports Illustrated believes she was not replaced due to the SAG-AFTRA strike because Zensless Zone Zero's English dub is handled by Sound Cadence Studios, which is not one of the organizations struck by the current union action. Also, it's very weird that Sports Illustrated hasn't, any say on this. I thought Sports Illustrated died. Maybe that's just what he works for. He wasn't actually putting it in an article. I don't know. Neither is Rocket Sound, the studio dealing with Honkai Star Rail's English voices. So neither of the companies doing the voice work for these games actually a part of the SAG-AFTRA strikes. He speculates it's either due to contract issues with the voice actors themselves stepping down for personal reasons. However, it's possible hoyoverse canned her for supporting the boycott. And if that's true, if that's the case, I hope they do that to so many more voice actors, because there are a lot of voice actors. When I did my video, there was like 6 at least that were actively supporting these boycotts. Well, that's not true. There was several upon several calling for better representation. I don't know how many actually went full on in support of the boycott. Maybe they were smart enough to say, hey, we can ask for reputation, but we won't promote people stopping paying for the game and trying to cancel the game because that would affect us. I would hope they at least have that much common sense. But that being said, if it is because she came out in support of the boycotts and then there are other voice actors doing this, bro, I hope hoyoverse just brings down the fucking ban hammer on them, because you gotta teach these activists a lesson. At this point, you're getting fired for an actual reason. This isn't cancel culture. This is, oh, Leon, you're betraying your principles. You've always said we can't use the same tactics on them that they've used on us. And I still agree with that. I still agree with being a principled individual. However, this is just consequences of actions on a capitalist, in a capitalist society where you're like, hey, we are paying you to do a job. And then you come out and you, using the money we have given you and using the platform we've given you and using the fame we have given you, make a way to take away the money that we are making after hiring you. Yeah, that's just a fucking fireable offense. So I don't even want to hear anything about the comments about, oh, and Leon's now pro cancel culture. No, I am pro businesses getting to decide what is good for their company going forward, what isn't, and what these dumbass leftist activist voice actors who don't know a goddamn thing about the real world getting what they deserve based on legal, actionable means. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about the state of video gaming, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course get involved with over 80 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. So if that's interesting to you, join the Discord, hit subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.